In this episode, I share with you 5 emerging home design trends. Welcome everyone to this episode of the AskJasonGelios Show. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. Before we dive into this topic in this episode, if you can go ahead and follow me on social media, all those links are in the description below. And be sure to visit my website. It's allabouttherealestate.com. Please fill out that pop-up form that pops up, and you can receive this in your email once a week so you don't miss out. Now, I put together these 5 emerging home design trends that you should watch out for, whether you are a home buyer or even a home seller or a current home owner and you want to give your home the latest pizzazz, okay? So this is actually courtesy of Realtor Magazine. They had a great article on that. Actually, I'll link that in the description as well. It's a pretty good read, but I'm gonna share with you the 5 things, okay? So the first one is dedicated activity spaces. And I've talked before about how the home office trend is come back. Late 2019, it was going away, and then you had the pandemic come up, and then it has a lot of people remote working. And so this is similar. This is dedicated activity spaces, okay, for entertainment. So, for example, art studios, okay, which by the way had an increase of 10% interest in the past year. Pretty interesting. Home bars are coming back. I know the home bar, right, typically in the basement, although upper scale homes have a little wet bar by the living room or kitchen, but that's actually coming back. Our home bars, wine cellars, home theaters, gyms, and offices. We mentioned offices earlier. So okay, now the second one is bringing the outdoors indoors. And so how interesting is that, right? You bring in plants, large plants. I'm seeing this more in my area of Southeast Michigan, where there's larger plants being brought indoors, larger pots, things that you would normally see outside. And this could be, according to this article, this could be artificial plants or even real plants. It doesn't matter. It's all about the look and not so much if it's real or fake, although real plants may look better. I'm not sure. Now, let me actually share with you this too, is the color green, which is a nod to nature, right? That's what this article says. It's awesome as far as bringing that color indoors. So like green on accent chairs, bathroom tile, although do that right, because I feel that bringing too much green inside a home could be a trend that we saw. I believe in the 70s, there was a lot of green and browns. Then you had the 80s, which there was a pink flare-up. And I still see homes, by the way, that have pink bathroom tiles and pink toilets, and it's the worst thing. So, okay. And then according to the article, it says 1 in 5 homeowners recently surveyed are opening up their kitchen spaces more to the outdoors. So like slide-away panels. That could be more upscale style homes, but pretty interesting. Third one is living room updates. So you got living room updates. More people have been sheltered in, right? Let's be frank. So the living room is getting a refresh. And matter of fact, the searches for living rooms has actually increased 52% according to houzz.com. And that's HOUZZ.com. So accent pillows, home accents, they've seen the biggest increase. Abstract paintings, display shelves, slip or chair covers are making a comeback, okay? So living room updates was number 3. Number 4 is flexible design. So flexibility in how the space can be used. TV armoires with pocket doors, those were a big thing. Now they're back, I guess. Queen size Murphy beds, nesting side tables, having more uses for a room. And I've seen this, or rather, I haven't seen it in person, but in New York, it's very popular to have certain things because of how much per square footage costs in New York, right? They have dining room table that turns into a chair or whatnot, all that stuff. So flexible uses for a space and flexible design. Now you got number 5 is luxury fabrics, materials, and colors. Now this one actually ties into flexible design. because they're talking about bringing fabrics and materials and colors that are glam. So think, velvet, gold, crystal, all those things that pop. Maybe something that you see on a New York home show or whatnot, okay? And then another one, so actually that last tip was actually like 4.5, okay? This is 5. This doesn't surprise me at all. I've seen this personally. I've done this personally. Bought an above ground pool during the pandemic, and we used it a lot. We continue to use it a lot, but especially last year because we were quarantined and all this fun stuff. So, because we had to be. So, swimming pools, all shapes and sizes. So it used to be pools were 50-50, and some people are still undecided on a pool. But right now there's a pool surge, right? In-ground pools are the most attractive. They always have been, but now you have above ground pools. People want a pool in general. So it used to be, if you had a buyer, it was a 50-50 chance that the buyer would say, "Oh man, there's a pool. What am I going to do? I want to use the yard more." To where now, and I don't have the buyer interest percentage, but there's a lot more interest in pools because more and more people are staying home. They're not going out as much, according to other surveys. But that actually started to surge. The swimming pool surge happened during the pandemic, okay? Matter of fact, this article states that searches for swimming pools and pool houses more than doubled in the second quarter, so the second 3 months of 2021, compared to a year earlier. And this is according to House. Homeowners are showing an interest in a variety of pools, shapes, and designs, okay? Now, the biggest search has been for pools that have an actual water feature, okay? Lap pools, infinity pools, plunge pools, geometric pools. I mean, I can get into this whole thing, but basically you can Google those designs, right? So pools were a huge interest, and that's continuing on as we are getting closer and closer to fall 2021. Matter of fact, I foresee people will actually be buying a pool in the wintertime and putting it up in the spring and summer, because I know many pool installers are booking out like months in advance, okay? So fairly interesting there. Those are 5 emerging home design trends that I wanted to share with you. If you have any thoughts on these, share that in the comments below. If you have a real estate question or a question in general, go ahead and throw that in the comments below. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. Oh, be sure to visit my website. It's allabouttherealestate.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks everyone for watching this episode of the Ask Jason Gelios Show. Be sure to visit the links in the description below to pick up your copy of my real estate book, Think Like a Realtor. It's a little book about buying and selling residential real estate through the eyes of a realtor. It's real world advice, tips, whether you're a new agent in the business or you are a home buyer or even looking to sell a home. This is great advice. So I really appreciate it if you guys visit those links, pick up your copy, and go ahead and share a review, good or bad, if you like it, if you hate it, okay? But get your copy today. Thank you.